Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to The Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with a daily reading update. Today is the 20th of January. Happy Saturday, everybody! And I hope everyone is staying warm. It is freezing outside. So Garrett and I went out this morning, did our usual coffee, tea run, and my car, you will have seen a clip just before this, was registering minus 14 degrees Celsius. But I think it felt like minus 22. I don't know what it felt like, but like with the wind chill, minus 22, but it felt cold. So then I went back out about 9:30 this morning because I had a nail appointment. So I went and got that done. And like I said to Garrett, it's so cold. You go to the car, you get to the place you're going, and the car is just warmed up, like enough to be comfortable. And then I go in for my appointment, now I have to get back into a cold car. By the time I get home, it's warmed up just enough to be comfortable again. So we were talking about going to the grocery store this afternoon, and we both said there's really nothing that we need. We're going to go tomorrow, because Sunday's usually, like, we tend to go Saturday and Sunday. I think it's more for something to do. But we're going to go tomorrow because I need to pick up stuff for lunches and things like that. So we're going to go to the grocery store tomorrow. I think it's supposed to warm up just a little bit. But we were talking about like, oh, let's just stay home all day. And I'm like, this afternoon, we actually decided to go out to a Wren's Pet Store, which is like a pet store, obviously. And it's a really, really great pet store. My husband's always looking at the flyers and he always sees these cat toys. And I'm like, the cats need it's like me needing more books. It's not necessarily a thing, but Garrett likes to go and have a look. It's his indulgence. These are his children. He's spoiling them. So we're going to probably go and do that this afternoon. So yeah, that has been my day so far. Right now it is 11 o'clock. I've got a live show that I'll be doing at noon, but this video is probably going to go up at the same time. I had to restart my laptop because it was giving me issue. But on to my reading update for yesterday. So I finished reading Grace and the Cowboy last night, you guys. This was by Marianne Wilson. I gave it 5 stars. Stay tuned. I will give my full review later, like early next week. I'll put that video up of my weekend review. But yeah, 5 stars. I loved this so much. So yesterday, I started on audio because the day before I had finished the Maisie Yates book. So yesterday I started on audio on my way to work, and I did listen to a little bit of this today while I was getting my nails done. Only about a chapter, but I still listened to a little bit. And that's Always the Best Man by Michelle Major. This is the 6th book, I believe, in the Crimson Colorado series that she wrote for special edition. And when people tell me, now this book is a perfect example. People are like, oh, they're category romance, they're silly, they're this, they're just fluffy little romance books. Okay, so this is the story about her brother is marrying her. Okay, so her brother's getting married. She is the maid of honor, and the best man is her brother's best friend. Okay, so it's the brother's best friend romance trope. And she got married, moved out of town many years ago, had a child, is now divorced and is back in town. And, you know, this wedding and blah, blah, blah. So you think it's like, oh, okay, it's a cute little romance about the maid of honor and the best man. We've all seen this, blah, 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 blah. But it's not. There is so much more meat to this story. Her son is special needs. He has Asperger's syndrome, and she is trying to learn how to deal with him and, you know, and deal with this new reality since his diagnosis and stuff like that. And our male lead is running for mayor of the town or something like that, but he is trying to deal with his aging father, who is a recovering alcoholic. You know, like, I mean, these are not just cute little, like, there is stuff to these stories, and that's what I love so much about them. And I don't think people understand that this thing, like, these great stories are wrapped up in this small little package. Not small, but I mean, they're decent stories. This is, I think, comes in around 250 pages. But I mean, like, they're so entertaining, but there's so... You don't know. You look at this one and I immediately thought, oh, cute story about, you know, a bride, you know, like the maid of honor and the best man at this wedding. It's going to be adorable. And then I start listening to it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this was more than I expected, which is great. Because I don't tend to read the back of the books. Like, I just pick them up and read them. So, yeah, I am very, very excited to be able to read this one. Or I am excited to read this one. I'm liking it quite a bit so far. And then because I finished Grace and the Cowboy last night... Oh, I've got to pick something up over there and show you guys. I did start Cowboys Rescue by Marie Farinella. One thing at a time, Sarah. I'm trying to jump all over the place. So I'm only into this. I've only read the prologue. And there's like a hurricane a-coming, and this is the first book in the Colton 911 series. So I'm not really too sure exactly what's happening yet so far. Maggie, our main lead, has gotten a letter from her ex-father-in-law saying that he pretty much sending her on this treasure hunt. And so in the prologue, she's kind of looking for this literal X marks the spot on this map on the family's old property or ranch or what have you, and a hurricane blows in. So that's where we're going to go from there. Yeah, I am, we're a chapter in, but it's Marie Farinella. She always does great romantic suspense. All of her books are great. Contemporary romantic suspense, it doesn't matter. But I will update you guys more on this one now. The good thing about this as well. So this, I do love the idea, and I will sit and happily read this in print. But later at night, like when I'm going to bed, I do like reading an ebook now because I don't have to leave the light on and I can make the print bigger because let's be real, guys, that's small print. I actually found a copy of this book on Kobo, on Kobo Plus, which is Kobo's answer to Kindle Unlimited. So I do have a subscription to that. It costs me $10 a month. And so far this month, I will have read The Ballad of Emma O'Toole on it, and I'm going to be reading this one as well. And both of these books in Kindle format retail for $7.99 a piece. So there's $14. So I just saved $4 just with these two books. And I think there's one more. I think A Cinderella Seduction, the one by Karen Booth that I have to read as well, is also available on Kindle Plus or Kobo Plus. So I will be reading that. So there's 3 books at $7.99 a piece, so $8 each, and it only costs me $10. So I basically am reading 2 books for free. So if you, like, for me, it's worth it, but I find Kobo Plus has a lot of category romance available, and you do not need a Kobo e-reader. You can absolutely use the Kobo app on your tablet or your phone or whatever you want. If you want a Kobo e-reader, I suggest go for it because they're just as awesome as a Kindle, but you don't have to have it is all I'm saying. So anyway, yeah, so I've got that. So I do have some mail I need to show you guys, and I have to spin the wheel for my next book after this. So hang on 1 second. Sorry, I also need to grab my drink. I am so, I shouldn't say the word addicted, but I am so loving these right now with the cold weather, these steamed apple juices from Starbucks with I think it's a couple, so this is a grande and it's the steamed apple juice. And if you get 2 pumps of the chai syrup in it, it tastes like a apple cider. And it's delicious. I love them. So anyway, just had to have a sip of that. So I got some mail yesterday. Now, one of these things I ordered, the other things, 2 lovely people, 2, maybe 1, I'm not sure, bought me a couple of books, or I'm grateful. You do not have to do that. I have had people ask me, can I send you something, blah, blah, blah. So I do have a wish list on Thrift Books below. I do have it linked below, and somebody or some people, whatever, went on and got me a couple of books. So I will show you the one that I bought myself first. So I got those books from another viewer a few weeks ago, and one was by Violet Winspear. And when I opened it up, one of the books inside, like they showed her backlist, and one of it's called Satan Took a Bride. And I was having a good laugh at the title. And I had to buy a copy. So I got this off of Thrift Books. This is a Harlequin Presents novel number 138. So again, it's called Satan Took a Bride by Violet Winspear. Let's all read the back together, shall we? Tony, he said, I can't just let you go out into the world so that you can give your hungry little heart to the next rotter who comes along. Nor can I take you entirely sailing as my cabin boy. I can only make you my wife. With every particle of her lonely young heart, Toni, T-O-N-I, wanted to be with Luke in whatever capacity he asked of her, but that didn't quiet her youthful apprehension about the future. Violet Winspear, from telling tales to the girls in a London East End factory where she once worked, Violet Winspear became a writer of tales. She says her greatest pleasure comes from learning that people enjoy reading them. Books like The Noble Savage and Dearest Demon enhance her international reputation. What the heck has she been writing about? When did this come out? What year was this published? It's pretty banged up, but you know what? I don't care. I have a copy of it. 1975. No, 1976. So there we go. And then here's the gifts that I got. So one of you bought me a Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys Super Mystery. I have some of these on my wish list on Thrift Books because you cannot get these digitally. So I am collecting all of them. But this is Shockwaves, one of the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys. America's top teen detectives team up to die for deadly treasure. So yes, I do love these ones. If you've never read the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys Super Mysteries, they are so delightful. I have a bunch of them now in my collection, and there is specific points in the Nancy Drew Case Files series that these fall in publication order, so I will be reading them that way as well. So when I get to one of these, as I'm reading through the Nancy Drew books, I will be picking up one of these when, you know, the time comes. So thank you. If you want to shout out in the comments that this was you, or if you want to send me a direct message on Instagram or something, or send me an email, please do, because I thank you very, very much. If you want to remain anonymous, that's great too. But just know, thank you so much. This was absolutely not expected, and it really made my day. And then I also got Haunted Spouse by Heather Allison, which is a Harlequin romance novel. This is number 3284, and it is from October of 1993. I could read this one for the Retro Romance Readathon, but I think I'm going to save this one for October. I'm going to put this on the list. I love the cat at the top and on the spine. It looks like, there. Looks like a rat. I assure you it's a cat. So yeah. Haunted Spouse is a wonderful, wonderful romance, and it's better than Halloween candy. You can enjoy it without worrying about the calories. That's a quote from author Amanda Stevens. A man, a woman, and a haunted house. So yay, thank you so much. Again, if it's the same person who got me both, thank you. If it's two different people, because they came separately, but I know when I order from Thrift Books, if I get a couple of different books, if they come from different sellers, they get shipped differently. So again, I am forever grateful. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so, so much. And last but not least, let's spin the wheel for the next book after we finish the Colton Cowboy book. Spin that wheel. There we go. Sorry for the glare of the camera and all that good stuff. The next book we have is Rodeo Rancher, which is by Mary Sullivan. Where is it? It was right over there. It is a Harlequin no, it's not a Harlequin romantic suspense. It is a Harlequin, of course it's a Harlequin. Sorry, cat fur on everything. American Romance. It's an American romance novel. Let me bring up the cover because I have all the covers saved here. Is this the one I'm thinking? Rodeo Rancher? Yes, it is, by Mary Sullivan. Okay, it says it's a Western romance, but that's actually one of the Harlequin American romance lines. This is what this became. It must be on my shelf in there. I shall go and grab it. But yeah, this will be next after I finish the Cowboy Rescue book. So yay. Anyway, guys, that is it. This video has gone on for a little bit longer than normal, but I had some stuff to show you all. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.